Yeah, but we've also heard that there's some secret lawsuit going on in New York City as it relates to Diddy too. I don't know.
I mean, I hit rock bottom, but I make no excuses. My behavior on that video is inexcusable.
We all know that celebrity relationships are never as perfect as they seem, but when it comes to Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck, it looks like their fairy tale reunion may have come crashing down, and the reasons why are even juicier than you could imagine if you thought their love story was all about rekindled romance. Think again. It seems like the skeletons from Jennifer Lopez's past are threatening to tear them apart, and at the center of it all is one named Diddy.
It's so difficult to reflect on the darkest times in your life. Sometimes you gotta do that. I was up.
Now, anyone who's followed Jello's career knows that her relationship with Suge Diddy Combs was one of her most controversial. The two were practically inseparable in the late 90s, but it wasn't all red carpets and glamorous events, so their relationship was plagued by rumors of drama, arrest, and even criminal activity. And although Lopez may have moved in from Diddy decades ago, it looks like her past is catching up with her, this time threatening her marriage to Ben Affleck.
Everything that you're looking at, they're all tied in together. Every part, as crazy as it seems, as outrageous as it seems, it all ties in.
According to rumors swirling around Hollywood, Ben Affleck has been growing increasingly uncomfortable with the reserving of old tapes and scandals from Jel's time with Diddy. These tapes, allegedly containing some pretty questionable content, have become a serious point of tension in their marriage. And honestly, can you blame him? Imagine trying to move on from a relationship when your partner's past keeps rearing its ugly head.
What that means is the money that they're saying Diddy has to start paying this guy on October 1st, Diddy's team is like, hold on, we need an emergency conversation about why this should not have been granted. And they awarded him a TRO, which basically meant that Diddy's team was not allowed to sell any property in that state or anything related to what could be used to pay the plaintiff.
Sources close to the couple are saying that Affleck is even considering ending the marriage over these resurfacing details. And we're not just talking about your average celebrity gossip here. We're talking about real legal troubles, controversies that just won't go away, and whispers that Jello might have been more involved in Diddy's darker side than anyone realized. But before we dive into what's going on with Ben and Jen now, let's rewind a little bit. Their relationship, as romantic as it seemed when they got back together, wasn't exactly without its own bow. Lopez and Affleck originally dated back in the early 2000s, making headlines as one of Hollywood's hottest couples. Remember Bennifer? They were engaged, but that first engagement was called off reportedly due to media pressure. Some insiders, though, have always claimed that it wasn't just the paparazzi that drove them apart, but rumors about Lopez's connection to Diddy that kept haunting them.
I think that's going to happen, and I do believe that there has been a grand jury investigation that has been employed in this case. I think there may be a federal investigation going on, and there may be a stateside one, I'm not totally sure. But one of the things that the prosecution in any case is going to try to do is show that there is a pattern of behavior here. Now,
fast forward to 2021, when Bennifer 2 made their dramatic return. The media frenzy was in full swing, but this time they went all the way, getting married in a surprise Las Vegas wedding that had everyone talking. For a while, it seemed like the couple was blissfully in love. But as the old saying goes, you can't escape your past, and in Elle's case, her past is now causing major cracks in her marriage to Affleck. So what exactly is causing the strain? It all seems to go back to Jennifer Lopez's time with Diddy, when they were embroiled in a high-profile romance that had no shortage of drama. For those who need a quick refresher, Lopez and Diddy were the couple of the late 1990s. They were spotted everywhere together, and their relationship was the stuff of table gold. That the real turning point came in at 1999, when they were both arrested following a nightclub shooting in New York City. I think industry talk, there's a lot of people who you know who have worked for him. There's been stories around which, as you know, not necessarily unusual. According to reports, Diddy and Lopez were out partying when shots were fired, and inside the club 3 people were injured, and the chaos that followed was nothing short of a media circus. Diddy Lopez and his bodyguard Anthony Wolf Jones fled the scene in a car only to be caught by police. Here's where things get murky. A stolen weapon was found in the car, and Diddy was facing serious charges. Lopez, however, was let off the hook, and no charges were filed against her. At the time, the whole incident was a major scandal. Some say that Lopez's career was nearly derailed by her connection to the shooting. but she managed to distance herself from it just in time. Others, though, have suggested that there's more to the story, that Lopez might have played a bigger role than she ever let on. In fact, rumors have circulated for years that she may have helped Diddy cover up some pretty serious stuff. And that's where things get messy. Chairs are, I have information that he was arrested tonight at a Manhattan hotel. He is currently being processed. I heard from his attorney. They are still maintaining his innocence. They said that in anticipation of these charges that Diddy relocated to New York. As these rumors resurfaced, it's clear that Ben Affleck is struggling with how to handle it all. After all, no one wants to find out that their spouse may have been involved in illegal activity, especially when the media is constantly dredging it back up. What's even more interesting is that some sources say Affleck has even testified about Lopez's past relationship with Diddy, including some of the allegations that she helped cover up his wrongdoings. This has only fueled speculation that the razor fing of these tapes and rumors is what's driving a wedge between the couple, and if he's allowed to go through with any of the sales, I won't be able to recoup any of my monies or anything from him as a result of any possible judgment in this action. If he's allowed to proceed with it, and an injunction or restraining order would help ensure that he's not manipulating and selling the property to avoid. But it doesn't stop there. Along with the tapes, Lopez's involvement in Diddy's past legal trouble seems to be another major point of contention. Diddy's name has been coming up more and more lately, with whispers of old controversies bubbling to the surface once again, whether it's his long-standing beef with other celebrities or the numerous legal issues he's faced over the years. Diddy's reputation has never been squeaky clean, and it seems that Lopez is still dealing with the fallout from her time with him, even as she tries to move on with her life part here. And so what the plaintiff in this case did was file for what we call a temporary restraining order, which would have prevented Diddy, or would prevent him from selling that Los Angeles home. And so we know, or at least we believe, that that TRO was granted to enjoin or stop him from selling that home. One source close to the situation has hinted that Lopez has been trying to distance herself from Diddy in recent years, perhaps realizing that being associated with him exactly good for her image or her marriage. But unfortunately for her, the past is proving difficult to escape. The tapes that have resurfaced allegedly contain some pretty incriminating content, and it's clear that they're taking a toll on her relationship with Affleck. Don't think you don't know he don't you pay those lawyers to know. Those lawyers know what he's going to beat, and those lawyers know what he ain't going to beat. So now let's talk about these tapes for a minute. While details are still somewhat murky, multiple sources have claimed that these tapes contain footage from Lopez's time with Diddy that could be extremely damaging to her reputation. So we're talking about things that could potentially drag her into legal trouble all over again. And while Lopez reportedly hired lawyers to help her navigate these issues, it's clear that the mere existence of the tapes is a huge problem for her and for her marriage to Affleck. Diddy sued. Diddy is now being sued in addition to what we just talked about by Don Richards. You guys will remember her. She was a part of making the band Dirty Money, the Denny Kane era. So basically what she's alleging a lot of. According to some insiders, Affleck is furious that these tapes are even a topic of conversation. He feels blindsided, and who wouldn't? After all, this is a man who's built his own Hollywood empire and has had his own share of controversies, but dealing with Lopez's past and the baggage that comes with it seems to be more than he bargained for. The stress of these resurfacing scandals is reportedly weighing heavily on him, and there are even rumors that he's been spending more time away from Lopez in recent months, possibly dear his head and figure out his next move. Matters worse, it looks like Affleck isn't just upset about the tapes themselves, it's the fact that Lopez's connection to Diddy's shady past is something that never really went away. Even back in the early 2000s, when they first dated, rumors about Lopez's involvement in Diddy's legal troubles were swirling, and now years later, those same rumors are back, and they're stronger than ever. That he walks away clean from this, that everything is dropped and he faces no charges or any prison time. Not impossible, I mean, anything is possible. But I don't see that happening. I see him kind of going the path of R. Kelly, where again for so many decades he was able to act with impunity and just with harming so many young women. It's no secret that Diddy has been at the center of some serious allegations over the years, from his feuds with other artists to his business dealings. Diddy has always been a magnet for controversy, but the real issue here is how these controversies are now affecting Lopez and Affleck's relationship. Affleck reportedly feels like he's stuck in the middle of a storm that he never signed up for, and it's clear that he's reaching his breaking point. One source close to the couple has even suggested that Affleck is considering ending the marriage altogether, citing the constant drama surrounding Lopez's past is a major reason he feels like he's caught in a crossfire, the source revealed, and it's becoming too much to handle. The source went on to say that while Affleck still loves Lopez an attorney, so it will be really curious to see how this plays out legally without an attorney, and no prep right, and on their wedding anniversary, while perhaps more to come. Eva, as more and more details about Diddy's alleged misconduct come to light, it's becoming harder for those around him to escape the fallout. Lopez, once seen as a Hollywood success story, is now facing the possibility that her connection to Diddy could cost her everything from her marriage to her reputation. And with Ben Affleck reportedly ready to move on, it's clear that the story is far from over. So, what do you all think? Is Jennifer Lopez's past with Diddy finally catching up with her and causing the downfall of her marriage to Ben Affleck? Could these resurfacing rumors and tapes really be the reason for their relationship unraveling, or is there more to the story that we haven't uncovered yet? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and let's get the conversation going. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time, and thanks for watching my video.